Hi YouTubers, this is your Ems and today I'm going to test melting temperature for these two soldering wires. For my experimenting I'm going to use this concave type of soldering tip. So let's put it on my soldering iron. Okay. And here are soldering wires which I'm going to use. Both are lead solder wires. Before I start experimenting, I have to check whether my soldering iron has the right temperature. So the first temperature I'm going to check is 150. It seems it's a little higher. Next temperature I'm going to test is 180. Okay. It's going up. It's also a little higher. Okay, and the last check with 220 Celsius. Okay. I think this time it's going to be a little lower than 220. Yes, it is. Temperature on the soldering iron is more or less alright, so let's go experimenting. Okay, and now I'm going to look for a melting temperature. I'm starting with 150 and the thicker wire is not melting, so I'm going to test the thinner one. Also not melting, so I'm increasing temperature to 160 Celsius. So again testing on the thicker wire, it's again not melting. And with the thinner one, okay, it's not melting. So the next temperature is going to be 170. The thicker wire, it's not working. And the thinner one again, also not melting. So I'm increasing the temperature to 180. So the thicker wire is not melting. And what about the thinner one? I'm again increasing temperature to 190. Okay, and it seems that it started melting. The thinner wire is also melting, which is good. And in my last test I'm going to a little decrease temperature to 185 and I'm going to test the thicker wire. Yeah, and it starts melting very slowly, but I think that's the right temperature for this solder wire, more or less. Yeah, of course. I've checked on the internet the melting temperature, yeah, for lead solder wires, and Wikipedia says that it's about 188. So we are more or less at the same temperature. I hope you've enjoyed this video and keep soldering.